Hello there, and welcome to another episode of How to Recycle. And today I'm joined by my colleague Hazel, who has run several campaigns on social media about what to do with your batteries when they run out of juice. Hazel, nice to see you.
Thank,
Thanks for joining us.
thank you for having me, Alison. It's lovely to be here. Yes, I have indeed, and it is a campaign that we also, we talk about it when we do talks in schools. We talk about it at events that we attend as well. That it is really important not to bin batteries. So don't put batteries into any of your bins because they can cause fires, both in the waste collection vehicles and at the waste transfer station, which of course fires do of course put the public in danger and they put our workforce in danger as well. So what can we do with batteries? If we're not putting them into the bin, what do we do with them? Well, there's a number of options. So one of the things that we can do is we can pop onto the Recycle Your Electricals website that not only tells you how you can recycle electricals safely, it also tells you how you can recycle batteries safely. So that's one thing we can do. We can take small batteries to shops and supermarkets. If they sell them at a certain level of sales, they have a duty legally to take those batteries back in. So you can take them there. You can also take them to household waste recycling centres as well. So there's a few different options. So to make sure that batteries are recycled, disposed of correctly and safely. So that's super important.
One of the things that worries me is that there are often a lot of batteries that are hidden, and this kind of made me realize when I discovered that my husband was taking down the solar lights that had stopped working. They'd got water in and they weren't working anymore. And he didn't know what to do with the string of lights. Um, and never thought there's a battery in the solar panel. So what do you do about hidden batteries?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good question. It's a good point to consider. So again, with the Recycle Your Electricals website, that does give you options to recycle other types of electricals, including, of course, solar lights. Anything with a battery and other types of electricals as well. So that's a good kind of starting point if you have something like that to pop onto that website. It does just give information for the UK, of course. That obviously includes Cheshire East, where we are based. So it's not a resource globally, but it is a resource for the UK. So that's a really good thing to do. But quite a lot of shops will take in broken electricals, so they will take those back, and you can find that information on that website that I've mentioned. If your electrical item is working, of course, there is charity shops to consider as an option. Now, not all charity shops are able to sell electrical items. However, some of them do. So obviously, of course, don't just take it along to the charity shop and hope for the best. Make sure that you're donating to a charity shop that is able to safety check and then sell an electrical item. And of course, it would
Yeah.
need to be a working one. Yeah, phone them in advance. If they've got a website, you could look on there. So if it's broken, of course, we've got the Recycle Your Electricals website to have a look at for options, and then also we've got household waste recycling centres as well for those kinds of
Yeah.
items. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think just taking your point about working or not working, if you've got
Mm,
something that's not in working order, there are a lot of community initiatives, um, such as repair shops, that you
good
can
point.
often find out about if you are in a community group on social media.
Yeah.
And you can go along and take whatever you've got that isn't working, and they will endeavour to repair it for free. So that's always worth a try as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think alongside the sort of the safety concerns about putting these things into your bin, whether it's batteries or an item that contains batteries, or indeed another electrical item, alongside that, there is that consideration of, we do want to preserve things, we want to fix them if that's a possibility. Where possible, we don't want to be kind of throwing these things away. I mean, of course, sometimes it isn't possible to fix, but then of course you've got to think, well, I want to get it recycled. I want it to be recycled in the safest and in the best way. And of course, we have to do that by ensuring we don't put them into any bin. There may be people watching thinking, "Oh, I'll just pop it into my silver recycling bin." Well, that's not an option. It's not, it isn't safe to put something that contains a battery in there. And also, it can't be recycled through that method. It has to be done in the correct way. Yeah.
Yeah, and most importantly, we've got to remember that when goods are put into the back of these waste collection vehicles, there are prongs. The mechanism does pierce
Yeah.
items that are put into the vehicle,
Yeah.
and this is where the risk comes, because if you pierce a battery, that
Yeah.
can cause an explosion, and waste collectors have been injured as a result, and there have been fires as a result.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
several reasons why not to put batteries in the bin.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, without being a science expert, the sort of center of if you've got a pile of waste, it can be quite hot in the center of it. So if there is a spark that's created, then through a battery or through an electrical item, that they obviously we're looking at a fire.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
true. And again, a very good point. Well, that's been really interesting, and I hope that's been of some help to you with what to do with your batteries when they run out of charge. Thanks very much
absolutely.
for joining me today.